NC Jr., remember Reboot because you need reassurance I'm not the only one, eh? Is the parody movie dead? It seems the days of old, with the parodies from the genius Mel Brooks, with entries like Spaceballs and Blazing Saddles, and others like the Naked Gun or Austin Powers movies, are over. Now you'd think that if somebody tried really hard, they could make a great new parody movie, right? Well, no. You see, there is a horrible, disgusting smell surrounding parody movies nowadays, brought to you by the work of none other than the worst directors to hit Hollywood ever. That is saying a fucking lot. The directors in question are none other than Jason Friedberg and Aaron Stetzler, aka FS Productions, aka Fucking Shit Productions. Patent pending, NC Jr. Now you may not know exactly who they are by name, but you definitely know the movie that put them on the map. And that is their very first parody, Scary Movie. This also inadvertently started the movie genre, where you just take a word like extreme or date and put it in front of the word movie, and off you go to the races to make... yeah. Now, fun fact. Scary Movie wasn't complete shit. In fact, I find it quite enjoyable. Is it allowed up there among the likes of Young Frankenstein or Airplane? Not even close. And if you say that in my presence, you have seconds before I shove my fuck you hockey stick up your ass. But aside from that, the movie did a good job at over-exaggerating and being ridiculous in the tropes of scary movies. Now, you could say that parodying a movie like Scream, which itself was a parody of scary movies, is a tad redundant, and then makes a movie less credible than I said. Yeah, you could say that. Nevertheless, this movie put those two schmucks on the map, and of course, the best film company out there, 20th Century Fox, gave them the means to make almost 10 years worth of absolutely horrible movies. One of their first big abominations on society was the thing I dare to call a movie, the self-proclaimed epic movie. This terrible piece of work is an unfocused, sloppy mess of a film that just goes from scene to scene incorporating elements from popular, quote-unquote epic movies. Now I think I have deciphered the formula that they seem to use to make their movies, but let's find out together. Let's dive in and rip this infectious tumor a new one. This is Epic Movie. So we start our epic movie with some very generic opening text and then a very unepic opening title. That is of course read to us because I guess they assume we're all idiotic sheep. Then again, some people willingly went to go see this movie. Our first scene of the film is in an art museum that has a bunch of horrible jokes on the wall, as we meet our first character, Lucy, who happens across her dying adopted father, the museum curator. She determines that it is a code, but before she can decipher whatever it is, she is interrupted by... oh, God, is that Kevin Hart? In whiteface? God damn it, Kevin Hart! Why are you here? I really liked you in... you were really great in... I like your stand-up. Yeah, that's all I got. But, why?
The code, please. Your body, is in the shape of a letter. It's the letter D.
Movie, you're 2 minutes in. Don't make me hate myself for watching you just yet. Just yet. So through his hip-hop YMCA dance, a hint is revealed to be the word Da Vinci, thus the 7-letter word lame, meaning the number 7 on a vending machine, which when pressed gives her a Willy Wonka bar, which then gives her a golden ticket, as Hart flies through the window. Now you may be thinking, I just smoked a bowl of crack and watched Willy Wonka and the Da Vinci Code at the same time. Nope. That's what we're going with, people. It all falls back into that formula I talked about. But we'll get into that later. The narrator then tells us that our next orphan is Edward, played by Carl Penn, who is in the movie Nacho Libre because formula, as we have a hilarious scene where he says the word nacho for a long time.
Nacho! Nacho!
Then he pulls out some nachos and crushes them, and then sneezes it at Edward. Move over, Monty Python. We have some real comedic geniuses writing this story. Oh, and some good old slapstick for some good measure. As he's thrown out of his orphanage, okay, he grabs a golden ticket on his way out. Our next orphan is Susan, as she is heading on a plane to be adopted by an outdated joke, as snakes spawn on the plane, alongside a horrendously horrible Sam Jackson.
I've had it with these motherfucking snakes on this motherfucking plane. I've had it with these motherfucking snakes on this motherfucking plane.
Wow. I didn't think they could do it, but they made that scene unfunny. Good job, movie. You killed it. So keeping in line with needlessly trying to kill things, they just throw her out of the plane as she lands on a joke I'm too lazy to figure out. So as you do, Susan loots someone she just killed to find herself a golden ticket. Finally, we cut to our last orphan, Peter, at... Holy crap. Really? Mutant High? As in the mutants from the X-Men? Okay, skim time. He thinks that Mystique is hot, he gets bullied by Wolverine, then he sprouts chicken wings because he's a coward, very creative, and then he gets hit with a locker, and then steals a bar from it, getting his last golden ticket. And now that I think about it, Lucy is the only one who got hers fairly. The others just kinda stole it. Our heroes, everybody. Also, you may be wondering why out of the main four, I only said who Edward is played by? See, I set levels of importance by who's on the poster, and judging by the poster, he's the only one on it. So I'm going to be funneling all my investment into him. Whatever little there is. Well, they all meet up in their Willy Wonka kids costumes, and out comes the Depp version of Wonka, played by Crispin Glover. And seeing how he hasn't always been there upstairs, I can see how they got him for this role. And after some stupid joke about our actors eating shit, it is revealed that Willy is going to use them as special ingredients in his treats. So after some lovely imagery of Willy dancing to the maiming and dismembering of our heroes, they plot on how they're going to escape.
We've got to get out of here.
We gotta get out of here.
I just said that.
You just said that.
Oh boy, I hope you guys found that absolutely hysterical. Because it's a running joke. Yeah.
Was the fight over? I didn't know.
Oh, and don't forget Lucy being a dumbass. That's one of the highlighted jokes of the movie. Her weird lisp and retardedness won't get on anybody's minds whatsoever. Where are we? 20 minutes in? Fuck me. Anyway, so Willy comes to find them, so as they look for a place to hide, Lucy stumbles upon a wardrobe. She opens the door, and stuff falls on top of her. Oh, there's no way that could get better. Okay, I guess that's okay. I guess when in doubt, throw a naked or scantily clad chick in there. Which makes me think that a lot through this movie they do show that, so is that like the only way they get people to see this movie? Soft porn. That's a great marketing tactic, guys. So she heads through the wardrobe, and once in she finds a lamppost, and she licks the pole. And then she gets stuck to the pole. And am I watching a children's movie? I have to be watching a children's movie, right? Okay, maybe a very mature children's movie. But still, nonetheless, it's still on the mindset and brain length of a children's movie. Ugh. Well, anyway, she is freed by this movie's version of Mr. Tumnus, as he reveals to her the world of...
Narnia.
A silent G as in no.
For legal purposes.
I guess that's all they could really think of, you know? I mean, if they actually tried and gave a shit, they probably would have come up with something better. But nah, this is fucking shit productions. They don't care. Anyway, After realizing she is the daughter of Eve, Mr. Tumnus takes her back to his
Pawn grip.
an MTV Cribs reference. Really? Oh God, wake me when it's over.
Say what's up to the honeys. Booyah! Ching. Get the hell out!
I'd fucking love to! So Lucy wants to go home, and in keeping tradition with the original book, Mr. Tumnus hands her a Mission Impossible camera to tell her that the white bitch is plotting to unleash a weapon of mass destruction to kill them all. Yep, sounds right to me. Well, anyway, we then see that Edward has entered the wardrobe as he meets up with the white bitch. A totally clever play on the name White Witch. Mel Brooks wishes he could have been so creative when making movies. Lone Star? It would have worked out so much better if his name had been Han Yolo. Anyway, he thinks that she's a MILF. And so, of course, she manipulates him into revealing that there are others, so she can stop the prophecy from happening. All the while, the only mildly funny thing that goes on during this scene, and probably the whole movie, is the constant pain of Tony Cox. Meh. Okay, stop it.
But your majesty!
Third time's the charm movie. So the bitch buggers off as our four meet up at the light post, where Lucy tries to tell everyone of the impending doom, while Peter...
I'm spelling my name!
Nothing but the highest brow humor. Well, they go to check up on Mr. Tumnus, where they find that his... fawn crib has been ransacked.
Something in my groin tells me you're not used to a talking beaver. My name is Harry Beaver.
Get it? Because beavers are hairy! Unless it's a vagina joke. Yeah, knowing these directors, it's probably a vagina joke. Hey there, you watching! Do you want to feel like an absolute badass while wearing the most fashionable of shades? Do you want to check the time in the most stylish of fashions? Do you want to carry all of your heavy loads in the most graceful and out of total awesomeness levels? Well, then you, my friend, have been interrupted by the best ad of your life. I am here to introduce you to Lux Brand. Get the most fashionable and stylish of accessories, from sunglasses to watches to bags, all for both guys and gals. Go to luxbrand.co if you live in the US, or int.luxbrand.co if you live anywhere else. When you find the product of your dreams, use promo code NCJR20OFF, all caps, at checkout to get 20% off your purchases. If these glasses can make this dweeb look good, then it can make anyone look good. Go to luxbrand.co or int.luxbrand.co, use promo code NCJR20OFF to get 20% off your purchases, with a 180-day warranty on all products and free shipping on orders containing 2 or more products. This company has graciously offered to fund Nostalgia Critic Jr. and Critic Titans extensionally, and we are so honored to have them as a sponsor. So please, if you have a chance, go check out the website, see if you want anything, and again, use promo code NCJR20OFF to get 20% off so they know that we sent you there. Now back to your regularly scheduled program! Well, through a lot of unfunny scenes, don't believe me, you can sit through this fucking piece of shit yourself. They find out that they are all related, and they were separated at birth by the bitch to make sure the prophecy never happens.
None of us ever had a real family before.
None of us ever had a real family before.
Keep trying, movie. Keep on trying. And by keep on trying, I mean stop it. Edward, being the smartest of the group, left this ridiculous scene to go see if he could get some sexy time with his MILF. But he finds out that all she really wanted was the others. Edward will not give up the location. Never. Not in a million.
Yeah, they went to Mr. Tumnus's house.
Oh well, who can blame him? You know, this scene actually reminds me of that really great scene from Just Friends. I just compared a great comedy movie to this movie. I'll be right back. God damn it! I'm sorry, Ryan. I've disgraced the Canadian acting circle. Oh. Okay. Continue movie.
Yes! Yes! You just got punked!
Hi.
Say it!
I just got punked.
Yeah, Schwam! Yeah! We just punked Edward! Schwam! Schwam! Yeah! That was awesome! Yeah! Yes!
Why are you watching this movie? So the bitch beckons for her heart to go kill the other three as she sends Edward off to jail. So the kids are looking for Edward as they meet up with Mr. Tumnus. Yeesh. So after a painful slapping scene, and I'm sure the characters had some feelings hurt too, they are told that they need to go train in order to meet Aslo, the Great Lion, and to beat the bitch.
Someone's coming. The bitch is onto you. You must go now. I will stay behind and fight him off, no matter what. You must not come back from me.
Why do I have the feeling we're going to have a long drawn-out scene displaying the opposite of what he just said?
He sacrificed himself for us.
Peter, if you can hear me, come back now.
Yep. So our three heroes go to train and ooh, I know this! It's Hogwarts from Harry Potter! Oh, this movie's so epic! So they meet up with Harry Potter.
Aren't you a little old to still be a student here?
Nonsense. I am but 14, as are my two best friends.
Wow, thanks movie for personifying a joke that everyone and their mothers have made about the age of the trio from those movies. I'd call you clever if you actually, did something fucking clever. So they train, I guess, as Harry gives Peter some words of encouragement.
Schoolgirl, pussy, chicken.
Nobody.
No. I'm not referencing another movie. My head hurts too much. And the bat isn't helping. We then cut to the bitch as she reveals her genius plan to us.
I will start a series of earthquakes that will collapse all of Narnia and grow a new continent.
That's pretty much the plot of Superman Returns.
Pretty much, yeah.
So, tell me exactly how that's funny. Please tell me. Okay, listen, bitch, and you other two bitches. I don't need comedy to have a great God-level story, okay? It just needs to be cognitive and not insulting as fuck. But the point of a comedy is to make you laugh. And if you could do that, I can take away anything. The problem here lies when your jokes are shit and you have the worst comedic timing I've ever seen. And thus, I have nowhere else to look but the story and the characters and everything else you should do good in a movie. So Hart tells his bitch that the kids have...
The scapegoat.
So we cut to Edward in the bitch's cell as we see...
Captain Jack Swallows.
Of course. Why not? As he helps Edward escape to his ship as we get a pirate rap.
We are the pirates of the Caribbean. Yes, the pirates of the Caribbean. You love us, pirates of the Caribbean.
Who greenlit this? Also, can't forget our obligatory scantily clad women scene. Well, after that complete education wiping mindfuck of a mess, Swallows was paid off by the bitch to reveal information about Edward and his family.
Bugger.
Edward stands up to the bitch and...
Let me hear you say it.
My family will stop you. Wrong! Damn that Superman plot.
Bravo! Bravo! You clever fucks. Bravo. Well, we then cut to the trio entering the camp, where we see the army, James Bond, the mutants again, the Wonder Guys, then Borat. Okay, movie. That's the last fucking straw! I'm revealing your fucking formula! Ready, kids? Let's get into it! This piece of shit came out in 2007, right? Well, if we go to 2005 movies, what do we see? Oh, look! Narnia and Charlie and the Chocolate Factory. That seems to be the movie that they're parodying the most. Well, that's 2005, 2 years before this movie came out. Let's take a look at 2006. Here we go. Casino Royale, Pirates of the Caribbean, The Da Vinci Code, X-Men The Last Stand, Talladega Nights, Mission Impossible 3, and fucking Borat! They just mashed the movies together and put together this lazy, sloppy corporate sellout of a motion picture that somehow became profitable. Some of the most recognizable characters are only in it for 1 second, just so you can go, hey, I fucking know who that character is. Ooh, you schmucks! Anyway, how much longer? 20 minutes? There we go, we're almost done. Why do I keep mentioning the time? Because this movie is so boring as shit, the only thing that can keep me awake is moving the mouse to see how much longer the fucking movie is. God! So they meet Aslo, the half-man, half-lion, played by Fred Willard. And I would make a joke about that, but I don't think even I would get it.
You're missing one.
Yes, our brother Edward.
Yes, our brother Edward.
I swear to God, movie, I have one more inside me before I lose it. Again! So he agrees to help rescue Edward in return for a good old-fashioned four-way orgy. So Aslo comes to save Edward as he does battle with Kevin the Albino in another Remember This movie from 2006 Fearless. Also, they think they're so clever by not hiding the obvious stunt double. When you can't think of something better, steal from another spoof movie.
These are not them! You've captured their stunt doubles!
Oh shit. So they free Edward and make it out, but sadly Aslo is murdered by the bitch. They regroup at base camp to party the night away before the next day of battle. That sounds like a great battle strat. Who needs a clear head and good rest before battle? Anyway, we have this absolutely hysterical scene where Susan drinks too much alcohol and then throws up on everybody. Well, that was nice to see. That is truly something a baby would find enjoyable. Well, it's a good thing that Lucy is on the same brain length as a baby. And we go straight from that to a sex scene with... Okay, the next day is his day of battle, and they seem to be outnumbered because, I don't know, they kind of blew their budget on every stupid visual gag in this movie. So, all hope seems lost when Jack Swallows comes in, because why not? And then the bitch turns into Davy Jones, because why not? And then they DJ, because why not? And then she throws a squid on his face, and then he wheels away. Well, that was two extremely painful moments I'm never getting back from my life. So they attack and get absolutely slaughtered. So right before Peter meets his maker, he grabs a remote and freezes everybody. Listen, Jason and Aaron, I don't know if you know this, it's film fucking 101, but if you have a gun in the third act, establish it in the first act. Where the fuck did they get a remote from? What is it even parroting? I don't fucking know, let me look this up! So you mean to tell me that you Ex Machina the ending to your shitty movie with a subpar Adam Sandler comedy that nobody even fucking remembers? Hey, what are you doing? Hit me! Swing away, bitch! Do it! Okay. Okay, almost done. So they go around massacring the army, and then Jack flattens the bitch, and then they get crowned kings and queens of Narnia. As like in the actual movie, they grow old, and later find the wardrobe again. They make it back to home, and they're young again. And, to top it all off, they get run over by the wheel. Ha! What a fitting ending. And by fitting, I mean makes this movie more pointless than it already is. And I don't even know how that's possible. And finally, like a lot of bad comedies, they play bloopers from the set to lengthen out the movie. You know, seeing how this movie is only an hour and 19, not even feature length. But they do that to defend against criticism. But, I'm sorry, once the credits start rolling, we are done. So, that was epic movie. It was a good movie. Of course it fucking wasn't! This movie is epically fucking horrendous! It is one of the worst excuses for a movie I've seen in a very long time! But it's not just because I've seen Holocaust films funnier than this movie, it's boring as shit! The humor in this movie doesn't match the type of movie it is, because they have horrible physical comedy that only babies and deathbed stoners would find funny, and yet it is an R-rated comedy, so only cognitive adults can go see this turd. This movie is literally just the plots from every popular movie from the previous years thrust together, and thus it is a cheap and yet somehow profitable movie without having to, you know, create new characters, to create new settings, new original plot, like actually good parody films. This is a comedy, so it doesn't have to have a perfect story, but it just needs to make me laugh, and it fails on all fronts. This degrading, directing, dim-witted duo is the worst duo to ruin so many great things since the last duo to fuck shit up. If I were you, I wouldn't touch this with a 10-foot pole. There is nothing of substance to see. Is it the absolute worst film out there? No, but it is so close. There are definitely much, much worse movies whose biggest sins aren't just being an intelligence-lacking snore fest. Well, I'm so glad that that's over with. I never have to review another one of those Satan's filmmakers movies again? Right? Right? No, I don't think I can go on. I don't think I can go on. Woo! I'm NC Jr. I remember a booty, because I need reassurance I'm not the only one, eh? Wait, no, I don't want you to hit me again!